Alright guys, welcome to LJ Reactions again. Told you guys, we'll start my Monday Night Raw reviews and my SmackDown reviews. And what a better time to start it than this week and today with the superstar shakeup we just saw on Monday Night Raw. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my, still got my list that I proposed I was going to do if I was WWE. Still got my list. So, let's go ahead and go over my list first real quick, and then we'll break down this whole Raw about what happened, what should have happened. Let's go ahead and break down this list real quick. So, first off the bat, the list of people that I had shaken up. Now, WWE they did an okay job with my list. Okay, so, list one, Jinder Mahal. The first person I saw when I got back home from work, I'm like, thank God. You got him off SmackDown. He was killing SmackDown. You got him on Raw. You need to get the belt off him quickly. Now, I propose to Mahal to create the Indian Championship. That way, somebody that beats him, gets a real payoff because you're going to hate Mahal. He gets the heel heat that you don't want to see him on TV. I thought it would have been a perfect opponent for Braun Strowman. But that technically did not happen tonight because they had Jeff Hardy win the belt, which, no problem with Jeff Hardy winning the belt. We'll discuss that later. Okay, I had Mahal, Becky Lynch. She didn't make it. Ruby Riott. I had Ruby Riott move over because, again, I'll discuss my goals before we get this video off the ground. Ruby Riott moved over. Okay. Natalya moved over. Okay. Now, before I start this video, WWE's having these off-camera shakeups, which we'll get into a little bit later, too. These off-cam shakeups of the Facebook, behind the scenes. Who's moving? They had Chad Gable just moved literally 3 minutes ago. He just moved to Raw, which I was like, okay, keeping my process going, good people. Now, we did not get Randy Orton. I had Randy Orton shake up. We didn't get Randy Orton. We didn't get Ty Dillinger. We didn't get Charlotte, which I'm like, how the heck do we not get Charlotte moved over when your goal is to have Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey next year for WrestleMania? But then again, you have a whole year to build this up, so whole year to build it up. We had Kevin Owens, which I was like, get Kevin Owens over there. But then I was thinking, how are they going to get Sami Zayn to go over to Raw, which he just got fired from? So you know what? To create the whole thing with Stephanie McMahon, that way we get both KO and Sami Zayn on Raw. Okay. Then the final piece I said who needed to be moved was Bobby Roode. Now, he was moved over to Raw, which I did a pretty okay job. You can see with my predictions of who needed moved over. So it's a quick preview right there, guys, of what has happened on Raw, who got shaked up of my predictions, which I did an okay job. So go ahead and pause this part here. Then we'll get back and discuss this whole Raw. We have the whole rundown here we're going to discuss on tonight's Raw. We had Baron Corbin being moved. We had Bobby Roode being moved. We had Kevin Owens being moved. We had Sami Zayn being moved. We have Zack Ryder, which I was like, Zack Ryder's still employed by the company. We had Zack Ryder being moved. We had Breezango being moved. We had Mojo. Mojo needs to go back to NXT, in my opinion. I'm sorry. He's not being used whatsoever. He's pointless to me. I don't like Mojo Rawley. He didn't like NXT. We have Mojo Rawley being moved. We had Natalya being moved. We have the surprising, which I predicted, Drew McIntyre was going to be moved up. Even though he said he wanted to stay down there, he was going to be moved up. Again, like I said, Triple H had to save some of his people that he didn't want to be moved, like the Velveteen Dream, which he might still be moved, but he wasn't moved on Raw, which Vince wants the Velveteen Dream. So Triple H had to sacrifice somebody. And like I said, Drew McIntyre was the sacrifice. So Drew McIntyre got moved. Dolph Ziggler got moved over. Jinder Mahal got moved over. And the Riot Squad got moved over. So, no people who got shaked up. So, after the break, we're going to discuss this whole shakeup and tonight's Raw. Get my opinions on it, guys. Be right back in a quick second.
Yeah.
DJ Durrell.
The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean? Huncho and Durrell make the beat, you know what I mean? I got this man on the saxophone.
Alright, guys, welcome back. Okay, now, like I said in my preview predictions for the shakeup for Behind the Curtain Part 3, Episode 3, I said they need to accomplish 3 goals. This is for the Raw's goal. So, goal 1 was simply, you need to beef up your mid-card division. Now, going into this show, I said you need to beef up your mid-card division, which is goal 1. Goal 2, you need to find people who can actually physically wrestle, who can compete with Ronda Rousey. That was goal number 2. Goal number 3 was beef up your tag team division, which only had 3 legitimate teams, which was the Bar, AOP, Hardy, and Bray Wyatt. Well, your only 3 legitimate tag teams. Now, did they accomplish goal 1? Did they accomplish goal 2? Did they accomplish goal 3? They accomplished 2 goals, which was beef up your division. Who can compete with Ronda Rousey? You moved over Natty. You moved over Ruby Riott. Okay, you brought up Ember Moon. Okay, you did an okay job there with bringing up Natty, who's obviously gonna be Ronda's first feud, which you can see from this. If they can stretch out to SummerSlam, we'll see if they can stretch this out to SummerSlam. Natty versus Ronda being her first feud, or if you want to visit down Stephanie and Ronda at SummerSlam, we'll see what they do there. Okay, they did goal 1. Other goal was beef up your mid-card division. Now, we're gonna go over this real quick. It was like they gutted all of SmackDown's mid-card division that was even left. Okay, you brought over Baron Corbin. You brought over Bobby Roode. You brought over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You brought over Dolph Ziggler. So that's Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, Mahal, Owens and Zayn, and Ziggler. 6 people right there. So you just gutted SmackDown again with their mid-card division. Okay, you gutted SmackDown's mid-card division. Now, as far as tag teams, again, you brought over, which, again, people, right as we're going over this, we got another alert. Dissension's now moved over to Raw, too. You have Dissension moved over. You have Breezango moved over. You pretty much had Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, which was a tag team, even though they split up. They moved them over. And there's one more tag team, which I just popped off my head. Oh, again, you brought over Chad Gable to Raw. So maybe when Jason Jordan comes back, you bring back American Alpha, which you shouldn't have broke him up and begin with, people. So it's crazy. So, again, tonight was okay as far as a shakeup. It's just that you wanted them to at least hit all 3 of the parts, but again, you can't take every tag team away from SmackDown that was even regularly okay. So, now, as far as the rest of the show, like I was saying, please don't do it like last year. So you had a couple segments that came off pretty okay. Like you had the Miz TV 7 with Zayn and Owens, which was the best thing of the whole night. Miz, Zayn, and Owens. And then you have the Dolph Ziggler introducing Drew McIntyre part. That was okay, but I wish it had been like a draft, man. I don't know why Vince is so against making it a draft. What's the problem with it being a draft? What's the problem with having Kurt Angle literally go through? This is what you could have done, okay? You know Vince doesn't like to have a draft. Okay, you could at least have Kurt Angle come out, have the little machine spinning. When he picks one out, it would have been a person from SmackDown being moved to Raw. At worst case, you could have done that, even though you don't like a draft. What's the problem with that? Again, tomorrow night, you could have Paige come out, roll the machine, whatever, everybody from Raw, she picks out a person. What's the problem with that, Vince McMahon? It's crazy. So, now, I'm going to do my little rundowns a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull out the segments from tonight's shows, which I would like to do that, and then we could have a discussion. But let's go ahead and get into the first segment. Okay, so, again, Jinder Mahal being moved over to Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I don't care for Mahal. He's not a great wrestler whatsoever, but you can't argue, he gets great heel heat, which is, it's go away heat, but at least he gets heat. So, your first segment, let's see if I can pull up this segment. Let's see if it's on WWE.com, so we can pull up these segments. So, let's see what we got here on WWE.com. Yeah, now they just put up 25 minutes ago. Chad Gable goes solo. All right, see if I can find the introducing the start of Raw segment. Okay, where is Jinder Mahal? Okay, so we're gonna bring up Jinder Mahal's. All right, guys, we're gonna bring up Jinder Mahal's opening segment as the modern day Maha Failure Raha joins SmackDown Live. Let's see what Kurt has to say. We're gonna do segment by segment. So Kurt is gonna bring out Jinder Mahal, which was the first segment on Raw. Look at this goon, Samir Singh. First person moved over to Raw.
Please welcome the newest
The modern day Maha failure, Raha.
Your former WWE champion.
Oh, God. Just to remember, he's a former WWE champion who beat Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura.
The modern day
Failure, Raha.
Jinder.
Mahal. Okay, we're going to turn out Jinder Mahal's music because we don't get no copyright claims here, people. But again, Jinder Mahal being the first person moved over to Monday Night Raw. I was glad about that because you get him off of SmackDown. Okay, he's back talking. Let's hear what his goon has to say.
SUV. You know that I only travel in a limousine with a motorcade.
Jinder, first let me formally welcome you to Monday Night Raw. And we never agreed on a limo.
Third, you brought me to Raw fully knowing my expectations. I already proved that I was better than
Dude's
any
veins
superstar
popping out
on
his muscles.
SmackDown Live. And I'm already better than any superstar that you have on Raw.
Oh, yeah, Jinder, you are.
I don't know about that. You're a tremendous competitor, but I don't think
Kurt, this is my kingdom.
Oh,
And I expect
this guy.
the same perks that you give your other champion, Brock Lesnar.
God. Remember they had that Mahal versus Lesnar for
Why
SummerSlam?
don't you email me your list of demands?
Whoa. That's a great idea, Kurt. What's your email address?
Oh, my email address.
Yeah. What's your email? I'm ready when you are.
It's Kurt.Angle, ANGLE, at nofreakingway.com.
Okay, Kurt.
I don't know how they do things on SmackDown, but here on Raw, we settle it in the ring.
All right. That's pretty much it there. Okay, so the Failure Raha comes out, the first person drafted to the Monday Night Raw, doing his Failure Raha promo skills. Okay, so he ended up facing Jeff Hardy. Now, my thinking was like, dang it, wouldn't this be a great spot for Finn Balor to be moved over? I mean, to win the belt. But again, you can't give away who potentially moves to SmackDown, which I was like, you know what, they might move Finn Balor over. We know they're definitely not moving Seth Rollins over because you can't have SmackDown have no mid-card title. So they're going to move Seth Rollins over to SmackDown. So I was like, you know, why can't they give this to Finn Balor, a guy who still yet to get his official rematch for the Universal title on Raw? So you're like, it's a big spot for Finn Balor, but no. They give it to Jeff Hardy. Now, no offense to Jeff Hardy. He comes back with Matt Hardy. They do nothing all of last year except for lose the tag team titles, lose to freaking Cesaro and Sheamus the whole of last year. Don't be put on WrestleMania, except for the Battle Royal spot for Matt Hardy. He gave the belt to Jeff Hardy. Okay, nice spot. So now what are you going to do at the Greatest Royal Rumble? Wasn't Randy Orton the number one contender for the U.S. title? Now this is going to mean at Backlash, we're going to get Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton. Hold up. Was Randy Orton moved to freaking... Hold up. Was Randy Orton moved to freaking Monday Night Raw? Hold up. I gotta see this guy. This says Randy Orton wants the Universal title shot. Hold up. Was Randy Orton...
Randy, you're no stranger to drafts and superstar shakeups, but I gotta ask you, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself
Okay,
going?
he wasn't officially moved. Sorry, guys. I had to click on that. This says Randy Orton wants the Universal title championship. So I should have saw this 3 hours ago. Raw was not 3. It was, 3 hours ago. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But, again, so does it mean Randy Orton's going to be facing Jeff Hardy at Backlash for the U.S. title? Which, I mean, if you guys remember, go back on the network. I think it was the Rumble that John Cena won at MSG. It was Orton versus Jeff Hardy for a freaking great match. So, if they can rekindle that type of momentum that they had at the pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble at Backlash, be a great, pretty match. So, I like to see that. All right, that was the first segment of Monday Night Raw. Okay, second segment of Monday Night Raw, we had Sasha and Bayley, which, then again, one of them needs to definitely move over to freaking SmackDown. I don't care at this point who you move over to SmackDown. Actually, I do care because since Charlotte is still on SmackDown, she's not traded or whatever, move Bayley over because I don't want to see Sasha and Charlotte for maybe another year because they shoved that down our freaking throat so much to the point where I'm like, you know what? You keep Sasha on Raw. Maybe turn her heel. You still got Sasha. You will still have Ronda. You have Ember Moon, Ruby Riott, Natalia. Who else? That's it. Ember Moon, Nia Jax. I think Bliss might move over to SmackDown at this point. She's done all she can do on Raw. You move Bliss over, so that's still an okay division, but it's not great. But we'll see what they can do about that. Okay, so Sasha and Bayley match, pretty much it was an okay match. Riot Squad make their debut. They attack Sasha and Bayley. Whippy freaking do. I said move Ruby Riott over. I did not say move the whole dang Riot Squad. I don't care to see Liv Morgan. I don't care to see Sarah Logan. They're not great wrestlers. They're going to do nothing for me on Monday Night Raw. They're just gonna, at this point, you're just going to be people that Ronda will feast on when she needs to feast on you guys. So, Sasha and Bayley match, no point, because it didn't happen. I think this is going to move Bayley over to SmackDown, which you need to do. Keep Sasha on Raw. Okay. AOP squash Slater and Rhino. It's what this. Moving on. Okay, to the best segment of the night. Miz TV. Miz TV. Now, before this, we break down Miz TV. Let's go ahead and let you guys hear what happened on Miz TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newest members of Monday Night Raw.
Kevin
Get up
Owens
out of your
and
seats
Sami
for
Zayn.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Wow.
This is big time.
It's also weird.
Why is it weird?
Well, because last week they had a match. Triple H was gonna get the final roster spot on Monday Night
All right, let's turn down Kevin Owens' music, which I just changed my ringtone from AJ Styles to Kevin Owens. I'm sorry. But I just love Kevin Owens' music. Sami Zayn has got me hooked on his freaking music because the way he does his entrance. But I'm happy for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, man. They did a great freaking job with SmackDown. Hopefully Vince doesn't freak them up on Monday Night Raw. Because remember, people, if you're on the show with Roman Reigns, you're not important. Look at the KO. Throwing the freaking party. Look at Sammy. Da 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 da. All right, let's see what Curry wants to say.
You don't have any control around here. I do. Kevin and Sami had their opportunity to make it on the Raw last week, and they both lost.
Yep.
Yeah. About that, Kurt. See, there's
There's
an
Sammy,
email that
bro.
was just sent a few minutes ago that you should
Sammy's
probably be
facial
aware of.
expressions are good as a heel,
Look,
man.
to sum up, plans have changed. Yeah, and you know what, Kurt? I'll spare you having to get your little phone out to read the email. Actually, do you mind? Thank you very much.
Not a problem, bud.
The Miz. So Sammy's getting out the letter, putting on his glasses. This is hilarious. Reading a note.
Kurt, in light of recent events and your proclivity for making emotionally motivated decisions, I have no choice but to re-examine your handling of the situation regarding Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Sammy's facial expressions,
Last week,
man.
Sami and Kevin proved they belong on Raw, and to let them walk away would be a mistake of epic proportion.
Which I said last week.
Therefore, I am hereby overruling your decision and officially
Look at
awarding
Sammy's
Raw
reaction.
contracts to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Now look at the Miz. Miz is so happy he's gonna have another posse members.
Warmest regards,
Stephanie McMahon.
Stephanie McMahon. What? Did you say Stephanie McMahon? Yep. As in Commissioner of Raw and Kurt Angle's boss, Stephanie McMahon?
Yep.
So what you're saying is that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are officially back on Monday Night Raw, and there's nothing Kurt Angle can do about it.
Sami and Kevin, welcome to Monday Night Raw. Say goodbye to The Miz.
Yep. Thank you. Part 1 of SmackDown is complete.
That's why I came out here. I just got a call from Shane McMahon and Paige, and they told me that the former general manager, Daniel Bryan, was very adamant about getting you on SmackDown. I guess he still has pull over there.
Now please, we'll get into this breakdown of this part too about Dan Bryan freaking
Do you have any idea?
and The Miz.
You have just made SmackDown Live go from the clear-cut B show
To the Asian.
B show of WWE. The Miz, Taraj, and I will do exactly what we did here on Monday Night Raw. Shut your mouths. We will do exactly what we did. We will make SmackDown Live the most must-see television of all time. Shut up. Whoa. Who said we? The Miz, Taraj isn't going anywhere. They're staying.
They should have went with The Miz. I'm sorry, people.
Going.
Alright, that's it. First of all, the bat, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on Raw as a tag team will be good. It'll add another element to the tag team vision, make it a little bit better. But The Miz going to SmackDown without The Miz Taraj. So what are you going to do with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas? Are they going to be a tag team and be pretty much a jobber tag team, which I can see them being? Because at this point, if you didn't bring Axel and Dallas over to SmackDown with The Miz, what are they going to do? They're going to job out, people. I'm sorry. I have no faith in WWE keeping Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel relevant without The Miz. Sorry, people. But as far as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, hopefully they're a tag team because, again, you're in the same show with Roman Reigns. I don't care. You're not going to be featured on the same show as Roman Reigns. So what they need to do is to keep Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens as a tag team. Or one of them wins Money in the Bank. Because, again, I think Money in the Bank is going to be a dual brand pay-per-view. Are they going to have one Money in the Bank ladder match for each show? Or are they going to have maybe 3 people from SmackDown, 3 people from Raw all compete for the one Money in the Bank briefcase, which that's what I think they might do. So we'll see what they do with Kevin and Sami Zayn, but I'm glad they're on Raw. Okay, as far as The Miz moving to SmackDown, if you guys have not heard me speak on this before, I'll speak on it again. The Miz must win Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, I don't care. Rusev, he's the only other person that should even be in discussion. It's not The Miz, Rusev, okay. But The Miz must win Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, since The Miz is not going to be on SmackDown, I know it's going to be hard for WWE to keep The Miz from Daniel Bryan. But damn it, do it. Maybe you have The Miz fake a injury angle. That'd be perfect. Okay, first thing you can do this. Okay, if you want to have The Miz and Daniel Bryan have a match, okay, on SmackDown this week. Okay, say it's a match. Say The Miz fakes this huge injury in the match. That he's literally faking the injury. Daniel Bryan loses the match to The Miz. Miz acts like, oh, I wasn't injured, Daniel. Daniel snaps. He snaps. He takes out The Miz. The Miz is injured. Now, you know you'd be sympathetic for Daniel Bryan because this guy's been mocking you the past 4 years, stealing your signature move, stealing your finisher move. People still feel sympathetic for Daniel Bryan, okay? The Miz comes back, wins the damn Money in the Bank briefcase. Daniel Bryan around that time, what? The Money in the Bank is what? July or June? One of those 8 days, right? So, I picture AJ losing the belt to Nakamura somewhere in the next, month or two, okay? Nakamura is the champion. The Miz wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Daniel Bryan wins the championship at SummerSlam, okay? You have Daniel Bryan be the champion from August to the Rumble. You could have, at this point, have AJ versus Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble, a real official match. Daniel Bryan loses the match at the Royal Rumble, loses the title by The Miz cashing in after Daniel Bryan beats AJ Styles. Now you have The Miz as champion from Royal Rumble, Mania. Okay? You can say Daniel Bryan wants his rematch, right? Inside the chamber. Paige, around that time, I think Paige would be a heel. I'll make Paige a heel. So she makes Daniel Bryan have to win the Royal Rumble. Have Daniel Bryan have to win the Elimination Chamber against 5 other people. If he does that, then he gets his shot at The Miz at WrestleMania. That way, WrestleMania, The Miz versus Daniel Bryan, you end the storyline there. I know WWE's probably not going to do this because they're going to blow their freaking load probably at Backlash and have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at Backlash. They're probably going to blow their load. So even me discussing this, they're probably going to blow their load at Backlash. So Miz moves over to SmackDown. Next was Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. They beat the Revival. Now they're facing Cesaro and Sheamus at Saudi Arabia at the Greatest Royal Rumble for the vacant tag team titles, which I expect them to win that. Hardy and Wyatt. Next was, this here. Let's see if WWE has already uploaded this part for Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Yes, they've uploaded the part. Let's check it out. Okay, they're probably going to play Dolph Ziggler's music. See if I can fast forward this junk here. I don't want to hear Dolph Ziggler's music. Again, people, pick what you want to do with Dolph Ziggler. Either A, he comes out to music, or he comes out to no music. Pick your damn decision.
Well, old DC is back on Monday Night Raw.
At this point, it's here, Dolph Ziggler being back.
So sad.
I was like, he needed to shake up.
The same around here. A lot of things change. I still steal the show everywhere I go. I sure as hell still am the best superstar to ever walk that aisle. But one thing has changed. And you know, that one...
Oh, Ty so knows his interest music. So at this point, people was like, what are they doing to Dolph Ziggler? He's not going to freaking... I know he wasn't going to join the freaking Titus Worldwide. So I was like, what are they going to do with Dolph Ziggler?
Look no further than our team.
I knew he wasn't going to join him. So I was like thinking to myself, what is Dolph Ziggler going to do?
With your talents,
He says he's going to bring somebody else with him over to Raw. So I was thinking about, you know what?
I'm talking about inside.
I would have brought up Bobby Roode at this point, but they brought him up later. Heel Bobby Roode with heel Dolph Ziggler. Come on, man. That would be glorious. But they didn't do it that way.
Multi-platform superstar.
That makes sense. That checks out.
And if you join our team, well, we can go out and conquer the world.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I really thank you for that offer. It was so nice of you to so loudly interrupt me before I was talking. And what I was going to say was that one thing had changed. And that's that I didn't come back to Raw alone.
Drew McIntyre, baby.
It is. It's Drew McIntyre.
Now, I'll break down the Drew McIntyre thing after they beat down these two jabronis.
NXT champion. He was once the Intercontinental champion, and now apparently has joined forces with Dolph Ziggler. And they're beating the hell out of Titus Worldwide.
Well, this is next level, but not exactly the next level that Titus Worldwide was talking about.
I mean, this is incredible. Been years since we've seen him right up top here in WWE as he unloads.
Now, as you can see, they're trying to make Drew McIntyre heel, but ain't nobody gonna boo Drew McIntyre, man. Sorry. Ain't nobody gonna boo Dolph Ziggler either, Vince. So, you try to make them a heel, it's not gonna work. Look, he's getting McIntyre chance. Ain't nobody gonna boo McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler.
Just a vicious...
Yo, they're gonna do it here. That Claymore to that zigzag was sick as shit, man, bro. It was sick. Look at this.
With the Claymore.
That shit was clean.
Good night, Apollo.
That shit was clean. That shit was clean. I'm not gonna lie. That Claymore to the zigzag. Now, again, if you're out, I brought up Bobby Roode with Dolph Ziggler. Now, because Bobby Roode needs a freaking heel turn. I am sorry, people. Vince trying to make this dude as a babyface. It just doesn't work for him. Just like Randy Orton being babyface does not work for Randy Orton. Turn Bobby Roode heel. You trying to turn Drew McIntyre heel ain't gonna work, people. Because we saw Drew McIntyre at NXT as a babyface, and he worked pretty damn good. Okay? So, I'd have brought up Ziggler with Roode. You turn Roode heel. That would have worked better for me. But we'll see what they do with Drew McIntyre. So now, it looks like, I don't know if McIntyre's gonna be Ziggler's, how you say it, his buddy, or like his bodyguard or something. We'll see what they do here. Hopefully they don't do that. Vince, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna give you no ideas. Don't make McIntyre Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard. Don't do that. Okay? So, we'll see what they do with McIntyre, but there's no way he can fail. This dude breathes world champion, and I think he'll be a world champion on Raw. So, that was that segment with McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Now, on to the segment that we all care about. Do we care to see Samoa Joe cut down Roman freaking Reigns? So let's go ahead and check this out here. That was the next segment on Raw.
Once again, I'm here.
Boo!
And Brock Lesnar isn't.
We don't care, Roman. You suck.
And once again, I'm going to face Brock Lesnar.
Boo!
But it's not going down like it did at WrestleMania because this time we're going to be in a steel cage. And that's exactly
After this Roman
where I'm
segment, I'll
gonna
have a little
leave
bit of
Brock
information for you guys, which was just crossing my mind. So I'll touch on that after this segment.
To Monday Night Raw as your full-time Universal Champion.
Now he's had to get Roman come out with the chain, trying to make him look all cool and stuff. Ain't gonna work either, Roman.
Since tonight is the Superstar Shake-Up, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way. When I am the Universal Champion.
Nope, you won't be Universal Champion, bro. Sorry, I'll let Joe's music play because I love freaking Joe's music. Chant his name, people. Oh, dang
You
it.
come out here and you're so quick to brag about how you show up for work. But you know what? I've noticed something. The one thing that you don't brag about is getting the job done.
Tell him, Joe.
Because the fact is, you haven't got the job done, and you never will.
We'll see. Because let's see how they're making Joe do all this stuff. Roman's going to win it. Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry, he's going to win it.
You see, you talk about this cage match, and you say, hey, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to be a champion. But what you fail to understand is you're not getting in the ring with a normal superstar. No, you're getting in there with a beast. One that has beat you not once, not twice, but every time that you stepped into the ring with him.
3 times.
Why don't you come on down here and let's see what your lazy fat ass can do?
What?
Oh boy, here we go.
This is what I'm talking about.
Samoa Joe heading to the ring for a confrontation.
Fists are about to fly.
Nah, Joe ain't got time for you, Roman. He'll beat you at Backlash. He don't got time for you.
Maybe not.
Uh-oh. Joe said screw it.
Now we're going. Now we're going.
Hey man, I'll see you at Backlash.
Joe, that's how you be a heel, people. That's how you do it. He ain't got time for you, Roman. He'll see you at Backlash, buddy. See you at Backlash.
Roman Reigns will see on my time 3 weeks away.
Alright, so that's it right there. So, what my theories were that I was just thinking of this weekend. Do you guys remember when John Cena was being pushed? And remember fans said, boo, we hate you, John Cena. John got all that flack and stuff. Remember back when WWE had the balls to say, screw you, we're pushing Cena. You like it or not, you're going to watch. And they said, remember that. WrestleMania 22, Cena versus Triple H. Fans were booing Cena. They were booing the freak out of John Cena. What was the finish of that match still? Oh, Cena still beat Triple H. WrestleMania 23, John Cena versus Shawn Michaels. Clearly he was being booed. They wanted Shawn Michaels to win. What did WWE say? Oh, we don't care. We're still pushing Cena. WrestleMania 24. Yes, you know you hated John Cena, but guess what? He was still in the WWE title match with Orton and Triple H. WrestleMania 25. Cena versus Edge versus The Big Show. Fans were cheering for Edge. They still gave the belt to Cena. WrestleMania 26. We loved Batista as a freaking heel. Fans were cheering for Batista. What was the finish? Cena still won. WrestleMania 27. Main event spot with The Miz. Oh, when everybody wanted, who at the time was it? Taker or Triple H? Or you wanted Edge versus Del Rio? What was the main event? Still was Cena. Okay? Now, WWE with these spots with Roman Reigns. WrestleMania 31. Oh, the fans are booing. They want Brock to win. We don't want them to push Roman. We're going to chicken out. Would they ever chicken out if that was John Cena in that spot? No, they wouldn't have. WrestleMania 32, they went with the finish. Okay. 33, you went with the finish. Okay. But this year, What was your problem at WrestleMania? You wasted a whole year of our time. You wasted Braun Strowman. You wasted Samoa Joe. Who else was it? You wasted Braun Strowman 2 times this year, all for Roman Reigns. And then you get to the freaking WrestleMania and you chicken out. Listen, either you go with this dude at the Greatest Royal Rumble or you freaking don't. You wasted 4 years of our time. Make up your mind, WWE. Either you want to go with him or you don't. Make up your mind. Stop chickening out. You used to give us the middle finger all the time back in the day with John Cena. What's the difference between Roman Reigns? Either you push him or you don't. Vince, don't chicken out. Push him or you don't. Jesus. All right, what was the next segment after freaking Joe and Roman? We had Natty beat Mandy Rose, and he had that backstage segment earlier with Ronda and Natty, which you just made me cringe about Ronda. I just bought her freaking t-shirt. Don't make me cringe on Ronda Rousey, Vince. So that was a segment backstage. Natty move over to Raw. And Ronda said, oh, I trained together with Natty. She helped me train, this and that. So, good little okay segment, but you don't need to make Ronda look all girly and cringy, okay? So Natty beat Mandy Rose. Sonya Deville attacks Natty. Ronda comes out. Ronda beats up Sonya Deville. But she'll probably be moved over to SmackDown because you moved to the right squad. You didn't do something with Absolution, right? So, I can see this here being Ronda's first feud, maybe at SummerSlam or maybe at Extreme Rules. Natty and Ronda. Again, like I said, you need to accomplish people by bringing people over who could feud with Ronda Rousey and actually could wrestle. So you brought over Natty, you brought over Ruby Riott, you brought up Ember Moon. Why did you not bring over Becky Lynch? That still was surprising to me. Why didn't you bring over Becky Lynch? Maybe you still trade her over later, but you need to bring over Becky Lynch, okay? Now, speaking of the women, Ember Moon had a match with Mickie James. Mickie James sold the crap out of that Eclipse. Great job, Mickie. Ember wins. Maybe you see Ember versus Nia Jax at Backlash. We'll see. There's only a couple more segments left. Pretty much just the main event to talk about, and that's it for Raw. Main event saw Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley debuting Bobby Roode from SmackDown, with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins going against Miz Taraj, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. So Braun Strowman gets the pin over The Miz over here because great little way to tie up the storyline with The Miz and Braun Strowman. The Miz does the favors for Braun Strowman. Miz is going to go over to SmackDown. Now, my theory is here. I believe, let's get a little bit of predictions before we go over to tomorrow for SmackDown. Let me just go over who I had moving over to SmackDown for tomorrow so I can still see what I had. Oh, you're not going to let me do it? Come on, Vince. Let me do it. Let me pull up my iPod Touch. I have it on my iPod Touch. I still give my phone. My phone's even faster than my iPod Touch. Who did I have moving over to SmackDown? Okay, so I had The Miz, which has already been moved over. Asuka, which she will move over. There's no way Asuka's going to stay on Raw at this point. She'll move over. Seth Rollins, definitely he'll move over. Now, Bayley or Sasha, one of the two have to move over. I had to move over both of them. But we'll see what they do. If they move both of them over, which I think they probably do because they should continue the storyline, right? Cesaro and Sheamus. Can't move them over at this point. You could, but I had them predicted to move over. The Revival, which I think would be a guaranteed move over because they're not doing nothing. And Finn Balor in the Club, which is my last prediction, which I don't think we're going to get Finn Balor. But if we do get Finn Balor, that would be cool because you just gutted all over SmackDown's mid-card division. You need to move over some people. So we'll see what they do tomorrow night, guys. So don't forget to like the video, guys. Comment down below. Subscribe. Catch you guys back here tomorrow night for a SmackDown live review. Don't forget to follow all the social medias. Links are all down below. Or if you want me to react to something, hit me up on the medias. So catch you guys tomorrow for a SmackDown live review.
Yeah.
DJ Darrell.
The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean?